Hello my Mossy friends, my name is Christine aka Mossy Motham and welcome to my channel. So this video is actually part 2. First part was my most recent video that I posted where I moved in a villager from my campsite, and that actually inspired me to redecorate my campsite. So you don't have to watch both parts, but just an explanation of like why I'm wearing the same outfit and why there's a campsite villager and I don't open it. It's because it was in the first part. So with that being said, let's get started. So going into this rebuild, I knew I wanted to use the kids tent item, and that was pretty much all that I knew I wanted to use. I had some ideas of maybe making it more cabin in the woods, using a lot of the hardwood items, but then I also had an idea that I wanted to do separately on my island, where I wanted to make a flea circus. And I was like, if I'm gonna try to use these kids tents for the flea circus, and I wanted to for the campsite, why not combine the ideas? So then literally like as I was building everything, I was like, let's just combine these two things. And I don't know if the ideas mesh well, but I had a really fun time putting it all together. So at first you'll see I'm putting a lot of like stereotypical camping items down, like the sleeping bag. And I was trying to make them work, but I later on add a lot more of the plaza items from the 2.0 update. Also, for the music playing in the background, it's from a rhythm game called Friday Night Funkin', and I've been obsessed with it since it came out. The music is so dope, and the game's just really fun. Like, I like the characters and everything, so like not sponsored or anything at all. I just really wanted to use it, and I think it's really good speed build music, so hopefully it's not too distracting. Here you see that the only fruit trees on my island are all the way by my museum, so it's very annoying when I want to move these trees. Before I decided to rebuild this area, I just had kind of thrown some stuff down. I had mixed some of the autumn, like seasonal items, which I still kind of incorporated. I still kept the leaf piles. And then I don't know, I was trying to think generic campsite, so I had like some s'mores and random water faucets, but it just didn't fit the vibe. And I was really trying to squeeze in some cots, but I decided against it because it really ruined the illusion. Like, if these are supposed to be mini, like, camping tents for fleas in my mind, then why were the beds bigger than the whole tent? I love the portable storage sheds. Oh my gosh, it's so incredibly helpful, because obviously I had to clear out a lot of old items here. And instead of just throwing them all on the ground like I used to, or having to run back to my house, which is decently far from here, all I had to do is just shove things back in. And even like I know it's video game logic, the whole concept of having this portable shed that has access to all of the items in your house, and you can just shove that in your pocket and carry it around, it's like super meta. What's really hard with me when I'm doing speed builds is I will then come up with all these extra ideas, like while I'm building this one thing. Like, I'm going through all the items in my storage and I'm like, oh yeah, these items look like they would be good for, like, I've been trying to somehow figure out how to make a bakery on my island for the longest time. I've been struggling, do I want to like have it just outside of my island? Do I want to have one of the rooms in my house be a bakery? It's been crazy. So a lot of times, like, I get distracted and I have to, like, remind myself, like, hey, Christine, you have to focus. Finish doing this one thing you said you would. So that's why it's a lot of times back and forth into the storage, because I'm like, wait, I really want to do this one thing. And at this point, I realized, like, hey, that'd be really cool to integrate the plaza items. And I realized you can't customize them on a regular customization area. You have to go all the way to Harvest Island, which I did. And with the power of editing, we're back home. And here I tried looking for some like circus custom designs just to kind of sell the point. And there were some really incredible designs that I saw, just nothing that really fit my vibe. I also didn't have many custom slots available, so I didn't want to get like a huge custom circus tent or something crazy like that that was going to take multiple slots. I only wanted something quick. So after I did look up Flea Circus, I did find a nice sign that I did use later on, so I'll make sure to pause it so you can get the code if you're interested. I have so many really beautiful custom codes saved, whether it's favorited or just actually like on my phone, that I really want to incorporate more. I tried going with more of like a earthy toned theme, so lots of greens, yellows, oranges. I really love the variation of the plaza items that are really like pastel color, but I was still trying to go with my original idea of woodsy, outdoorsy, cabin in the woods kind of feel, very rustic. For some of the plaza items, I have multiples of them, so I definitely want to incorporate in future some of the pastel variations. I mean, all of the swatches are really beautiful. And here I decided I wanted to make more log stakes, and probably going back, I might add more of these log stakes just to throw them around my campsite because they're just such a cute item. And I really wanted to keep my koi pond area. It was like one of the first places on my island that I ever built, and I still like it a lot. But I decided to go down below where I had like my carnival area, and I stole a lot of the items and I incorporated them back up, which now I have this huge area down below that I can build something better with. I kept on struggling a lot with storage space, like my inventory was full the entire time. So back in November, I got a full-time job and I've been working 40 to 50 hours a week. So I've been a little bit lacking in the free time to, one, even play Animal Crossing. Like, it's been quite a few weeks, honestly, since I've been able to play Animal Crossing, but also then sit down and record a video. I did have some pre-recorded stuff that I was gonna edit, but then a lot of files got corrupted all of a sudden. Like, I had a really awesome Christmas video that literally I got more than halfway through editing and then it just kept on crashing and it was like unusable, so I'm really upset with that because it was a collab video. I potentially, if I can get it up and running, I will still post it even though it's like over a month past Christmas. And then, I don't know, so between not having enough time while working and then, you know, my software just kept on crashing or just totally corrupted files. Like, I also had some videos, obviously more about the update because that was like the beginning of November. I think it was November 5th that the 2.0 update came out. So like those 2 weeks right after, I recorded so many videos and basically all of them I had to trash. That was really fun. In the comments down below, give me some ideas of what I should do with that huge area now that I stole all of the carnival stuff from it. If you did see my last video where I moved in my campsite villager, I spent so much time creating those moving gifs of Pick Vic and all sparkly. Like, I spent way too much time making them, but I think they turned out nice. Let me know. I might try to do something like that in the future. Again, I was going pretty crazy after it. It was like over 20 minutes and the villager didn't want to move in. I did decide in this area I wanted to shave some of the water back. I do like the shape of it. I think it looked kind of natural, but I thought I can fit a lot more cooler items in the space that the water was, so I can fit a lot more stuff. And to me, that's a little bit more important than just how the water looks, in my opinion. I've seen some really cool builds where people go crazy with the waterscaping. I'm not that girl. I do have a lot of water on my island. I have, like, you know how every island has 2 river entrances? River mouths, whatever they're called. I actually have connecting from one end to the other end of the whole island. And if you know anything about my builds, I like cramming as many items as possible into such a small area. But I still do try to make it walkable. So it's really challenging. I did want to keep those 2 pine trees in the front, but then, like, it would have been really annoying to walk through, so I did get rid of them, unfortunately. I'm definitely going to expand upon my panda picnic area. I have all of the variations of the teddy bears now. I did lots of trading for it. And this is just a temporary spot for all of the trees I had to dig up. So we're definitely nearing towards the end of this build. I definitely had my vision in mind, and now I was just trying to honestly manage my storage space. Like, again, that was the most difficult thing about this entire build, was just having all of these items in my inventory and trying to figure out where to put them. And as much as I love the teacup rides, I hate how annoying the music is, so I always turn them off in my builds. It's nice for the aesthetic, for like a dream address, I'll make sure to turn them on, but it's just so annoying and loud. Something that bothers me so much is you can't place custom codes like on half tiles. Like, there are so many times I just want to center the flower petals or the leaves, whatever I'm trying to place, and I can't. It's really frustrating. And what an iconic item, the Rover's briefcase. I sneak that everywhere on my island. So much time during my speed builds are literally me just running around, not knowing what to do next. I would say probably 30% of the time is me just running around in circles, not knowing what to do. And then another 40% is me going back and forth to my storage to put away or pick up items. And I wanted to fit in this plaza clock somewhere, but it was just really tall. And I didn't want to block the actual, like, you know, where the villagers come to stay at your campsite. I liked having that in the center. I winded up going and putting the cotton candy machine and bubblegum machine next to it instead. I was also trying the plaza balloons out in front, and the duck game, same thing. I thought it was too tall and it blocked the main tent. I think I will try to squeeze in the clock somewhere, because I think it's such a cute item. And then I brought down the water faucet and the bucket, and unfortunately I picked up the leaf pile, and that is such a struggle because obviously you can't push the item, it's on the ground. So you just have to keep on placing it over and over. I want more of these items. The plaza items, like, they are so cute. Probably one of my all-time favorite things to do in the summer is go to a fair, like a county fair or whatever, and play these kinds of games. I don't know if it's just like an American thing, or maybe it's a Pennsylvania thing because I'm from Pennsylvania, but it's really, really big. For a brief second, I almost put down the plaza giant elephant, and then I realized how giant it is, so I was like, wait, never mind, we're just keeping that yellow one in the back. So instead I put the other kids' tents. Now I believe I have one of each color down. Because I am a completionist, I like having all of the swatches of something. That's why you see all of the colorful wheels placed. They don't make sense logically, they're just thrown around everywhere. I like to walk through the area I just built to get the whole big picture of how it looks and if there's anything big that I want to move. And here we go again. I had to run back to my fruit trees to get to move these pine trees finally. And finally, I'm putting down the path. Normally I don't like to put paths around my areas, but I thought it would have really tied things together. And again, just double checking that everything is walkable, which is always a key thing for me. Normally I like to have 2 wide paths because the really narrow ones, I don't know, I don't like the aesthetic as much, but for this area, I needed to have the 1 tile or else it just would have mostly been path. And definitely I feel like once I put the path in, it really brought everything together. At the end of recording this, I definitely feel like this area is really nice, but probably as I go along, I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. I'll probably put some more custom codes everywhere and maybe change the dirt path to maybe the dark dirt or something. Something just feels off, but I didn't want to keep recording and fussing, if that makes sense. I was really trying to fit in that last gumball machine, but then I wouldn't have been able to walk in the path. And I believe I used all of my flea bottles that I had collected a lot. And definitely I was gonna add the plaza train here, but I was like, I don't want to just have one tiny little train part. I do want to incorporate that on my island, but have like, my idea is to have fake train cars behind it, probably made out of stalls or whatever. And finally, the white kids tent was the last one. I didn't want to have it directly in front of the main tent because obviously that one's white. So I was really struggling of where to put it, and I do like the spot right behind the Ferris wheel. As the speed build video is wrapping up, I just wanted to give a big thank you to everyone who has ever watched a video of mine or stuck with me all of these months. I know I don't have the most consistent schedule, and especially now with my new position where I'm working so many hours, but I am so eternally grateful that you all are here. And it's just crazy to think that September 2020, I made this channel just to have a creative outlet during the pandemic and just to build a community of people who also really liked Animal Crossing. And now, over a year later, almost a year and a half later actually, I'm over 300 subscribers, and that's just insane to me that, you know, every time I've had to take a break, whether I was sick or now with working, I always had this like internal panic of like, oh no, no one's gonna be here when I come back, and every single time I'm shocked that you all want to still see stuff from me, and that really motivates me to sit down and record. Like, there have definitely been times that I have been so burnt out from Animal Crossing New Horizons where I just didn't want to play. But then I wanted to make content for you guys, and honestly, you guys motivate me so much. And even though I've been working the last few months, the entire time I've been thinking of like video ideas to do and trying to like sort my schedule out. So I know I never made an official like thank you for 300 subscribers, but thank you for 300 subscribers, and we're past that. I think last I checked it was 324. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this speed build. It kind of just started off as I wanted to redo my campsite, but then I also had an idea of a flea circus. Why don't I just combine these ideas and make this like really cool, weird flea circus area? So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Bye!